Today on the net, web users pay tribute to a Syrian filmmaker killed in Homs. A video campaign against bride napping in Kyrgyzstan. And commemoration of the Tiananmen Square massacre comes up against China's censorship. Basel the Brave, or the lost hope of Syrian filmmaking. Social networks have been flooded with messages paying tribute to filmmaker Basel Shahadeh, who was killed in the opposition stronghold of Homs last week as he was documenting the violence. The 28-year-old, a member of Damascus's Christian community, had been given a grant to study film at Syracuse University in the United States. Last year, he interviewed American academics like Noam Chomsky for a documentary about the peaceful protest movements across Syria. Then, at the end of 2011, Basel Shahadeh decided to put his studies on hold to go back to his native country to document the rebellion. He spent time in Homs in particular, which had been under attack for months by forces loyal to the Bashar al-Assad regime, to share his filmmaking skills with local activists. It was valuable help for these citizen journalists whose videos are used by media outlets all over the world to report on the situation at the scene. According to reports from activists, this footage was the last to have been filmed by Basel Shahadeh. They bear witness to the presence of snipers lying in ambush in buildings across Homs. Kyrgyzstan's ombudsman Tursunbek Akub has said that over 8,000 women are kidnapped every year in Kyrgyzstan and forced into arranged marriages. The Vice News website has been investigating the phenomenon and says this age-old practice has been on the rise since the fall of communism. In view of the growing number of kidnappings and the low number of cases that are brought to justice or solved, the Open Line organisation has set up a workshop to make prevention videos and raise awareness about this practice, represented by the white scarf which is ceremoniously placed on the head of the bride-to-be to affirm the in-law's claim on the kidnapped woman. Some of the short films have been posted to YouTube, each one looking at the problem from a different perspective. This first clip reminds us bride stealing is illegal and punishable by law. Another video focuses on the difficulties encountered by families when women manage to escape and the stigma of taking back a daughter once stolen. Tradition states that parents can no longer welcome their daughter back into the family home because she now belongs to another clan. 2 students committed suicide after facing rejection from their families, prompting numerous demonstrations. The third video is more historical and refers to the story of Kermanjan Datka, a 19th century Kyrgyz stateswoman who escaped an arranged marriage herself and became queen of a mountainous region in southern Kyrgyzstan. She is the most famous woman in Kyrgyz history and is held up as a role model for women across the country today for defying a custom to make her own path in life. And finally, the last video selected for YouTube encourages anyone who's witnessed a bride napping to report it as soon as possible via a hotline set up by the government. It may well be worth your while following Hugo Chavez's tweets. This was definitely the case for 19-year-old student Natalia Valdivieso, who became the Venezuelan president's 3rd millionth Twitter follower. She was rewarded with a new house. It's all part of the Venezuelan head of state's communication strategy in the months leading up to the presidential election, in which he's not considered a front-runner. 200 other families are also receiving public housing, and in view of the shortage of millions of housing units in Venezuela, a number of blogs and opposition sites have criticized the initiative. The words Tiananmen and candle and also the numbers 6 and 4 were blocked by China's Twitter equivalent, Sina Weibo, on Monday. These search terms were blocked to stop web users commemorating the 23rd anniversary of the Tiananmen Square massacre. The phrase Shanghai stock market was also blocked as its index fell 64.89 points on Monday, which some thought symbolized the date of June 4th, 1989. An internet icon died in Russia in the early hours of Monday morning. Edward Kill, aka Mr. Trololo, was rocketed to global internet stardom with this song from the Cold War era. In 1976, the Russian baritone's lyrics were censored, and so he had to perform the song without singing any real words. Web users have been paying tribute to him on social networks under the keywords RIP Trololo.